if I open a solo 401k plan? Is there a minimum contribution requirement? I'm going to answer that question on today's AdBits. Hope everyone is doing great. I'm Adam Bergman, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. And setting up a solo 401k for a small business is a great thing. Not only is it a great investment vehicle because you can do traditional investments, stocks, but also alternative asset investments like real estate. But on top of that is you can put away a whole lot of money, right? You can put away $60,500 or $67,000 if you're over 50 in 2022. So it's a super powerful retirement plan. But do you have to make contributions to a plan? And the answer is no, you don't, but you should. So when you set up a solo 401k or you set up any 401k, the IRS essentially requires you to have the intent that the plan be permanent, meaning you're setting up the plan not for a week, not for a year, not for 2 years, but for the permanency of their business. So there is technically no requirement to make contributions, whether it's 1 year, every 2 years, every 3 years, every 4 years. But since the intent is that the plan be permanent, it's advisable that you make contributions at some point, whether it's a 2 year or 3 year, 4 year period. Now, again, you don't have to. And it's not like the IRS is going to come to your house and, slap your wrist if you don't make a contribution to your 401k. Now, should you? Of course, right? You should certainly think hard about making 401k contributions. Why? Benefits. You get a tax deduction if it's pre-tax. So you not only get to reduce your taxable income by the amount of contribution, but that money is now in your plan instead of in the hands of government. And that money can now be invested, whether it's in stocks, mutual funds, real estate, cryptos, gold, and those funds will grow without tax, known as tax deferral. Now you can also set up what's called a Roth component in your plan where you don't get a tax deduction for the contribution, but as long as you're over 59 and a half and the Roth's been open at least 5 years, all the distributions are tax-free. So you get that huge added benefit. So a lot of really, really powerful benefits to making contributions. Saving in a retirement plan is the most powerful way to do so. Much more powerful than saving through a taxable savings account because of the power of deferral. If you don't trust me, trust Albert Einstein. He said, compounding returns is the eighth wonder of the world. And the best way to take advantage of the power of compounding returns, guess what, is through saving in a IRA or a 401k. So that being said, things happen, right? There's cash flow issues. We've got inflation kicking around almost 10%. People lose their job. People have medical bills, mortgage issues, whatever. We all know stuff happens in life. So if you have to take a year off or maybe 2 years off, it happens. But the intent should be that you want to make contributions. Even if you're putting away $1 a day or $1 a week, try to put something in. It's a good habit to keep going, right? It's a good habit. You break it, sometimes it's hard to jump back in. So even if you can't do 15,000 or 10,000 or the maximum of 20,500 if you're under 50, put in $100, put in $500, put in something, right? You want to show that the intent is that the plan's permanent, and thereby by having a plan, you're going to also want to make contributions. But is it required? No. Okay, so there's no requirement. What could happen if the IRS audits you and it's been 8 years since you made contributions? I'm not sure. The IRS, Department of Labor, they're not in the business of wanting to invalidate retirement plans. Doesn't really have a social benefit. It's not kind of what they're into. They want to stop abuses, but they don't want to just invalidate your plan. So I'm not sure they would do anything, but why take the risk? It's also super beneficial for you to make contributions. Things happen, put less money in. Put $50 in a year, put $100, put $500, put something in. And if you can't, then take a year off, take 2 years off, 3 years off. But the intent should be that you want to use the plan. And obviously a big part of using the plan is making contributions to it. So there you go. It's another episode of AdBits. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun preparing for it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Those are my dogs. I think they had some fun too. If you are listening, thank you as well. Don't forget to give a good rating and come back and check us out next week. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.